Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top, well, I guess every single Invincible card in my team from worst to best. There are currently 18 Invincibles that have been released into packs so far this year, and I will be ranking all 18 of these cards from worst, starting with the worst one, to the number one Invincible card in my team. Remember, this is my opinion, and also this is a current gen ranking, so make sure you keep both of those things in mind when you are watching the video. So Luka is going to be a lot lower on this list than he would be on a next gen list. I think that's pretty obvious. Just keep things like that in mind. It's the current gen list and it is my opinion, but feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you think of my list. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's start off with number 18, which is going to be Tim Hardaway, and I think he's pretty definitively the worst Invincible in the game. He's only 6 foot tall, so he's tiny. Hot spots are everywhere, obviously 65 hoffs, but doesn't have hoff brick wall, doesn't have hoff rim. At 6 foot tall, he's tiny. His stats are amazing, obviously, but jump shot 40 on very quick is not an elite release. Quick dribble style, but a bad size up. Full court stays are super mediocre. This is easily the worst Invincible card in the game. It's not even close. He's still not horrible, but he's not a point guard I'd be using period in the game right now. And for an Invincible, he's absolutely terrible. At number 17, we got Invincible Steph Curry, who is 6'3", so he's very undersized for a PG. Doesn't have a great wingspan either, which hurts him. His Hoff badges are very good. Doesn't have Hoff rim, though. No Hoff post lockdown, no Hoff tight handles. Although I will say most cards don't have Hoff tight handles, so that's not a big issue. Stats are obviously amazing. I mean, with Invincibles, they're going to have tons of Hoffs and tons of stats, but he's missing a couple of key Hoffs. Also, SIGs are good. Quick dribble style, the Curry slide, the Curry escape. Pippen behind the back, his size up's good. His jumper's super good. Like, he has solid movement. He's got a nice jumper. He's just very, very undersized. And when you're that undersized, the PG position, it's really going to hurt you a lot defensively. And that's why I don't think I can put him any higher than I have him on the list, which is the second worst in the game right now. At number 16, I believe, we're going with Dirk. So as y'all can see, I'm not being biased. Dirk is obviously a legend. He's the best Mavericks player of all time. I love Dirk. He's my favorite player of all time, but he's just not that great. I know his stats are super good. His badges are super good. Every defensive Hoff as an Invincible obviously has very good badges, but the release is very, it's mid. It's not bad, but it's not great, but it's not an elite release. Fundamental dribble style as well prevents his movement from being as good as any of the other Invincible power forward options. He's not big enough to play center against a Tanaka or a Yao, guys like that, so he's going to be competing at the power forward position, and he's just not quite good enough to be at that next level. Still a very good card. Every card from this point and on is still an elite level card and a competitive level card, but I will say Dirk is probably the lowest of the list. Coming in next, we got Anthony Edwards, and Ant is, I believe, number 15, 6'5" at the shooting guard position, does not have elite size, can't play PG either. Hot spots from everywhere, 65 Hoffs, include most of the key Hoffs he needs besides brick wall and rim protector. Stats are obviously amazing. Jump shot 80 on very quick, though, is not an elite release. It is a good release, I would say, but I would not say that it goes as far as being an elite release. Quick dribble style with the Mitchell size up, Kobe escape, and LeBron between the legs gives him super solid sigs, but I will say they're still not absolutely elite. He's a good card. He's not an amazing card, though. Not quite, I wouldn't say, to the level of most of the other cards on this list at this point. So it's a good card, but he has a couple of issues that prevent him from being higher up on the list. At number, I believe, 14, we're going with Invincible Kobe. And as much as I love Kobe, the Black Mamba, one of my favorite players of all time, he's not quite elite enough. He's got every shooting badge. He's got most of the defensive badges, all the key ones as well. Playmaking badges are good. Could use glue hands and tight handles, but stats are amazing. Finishing is great. The jumper is good, but it's not. It is easy to contest, is one thing I've noticed about the Kobe jumper. And shifty dribble style is, I mean, it's not what you want. You want quick dribble style. Kobe escape is good, but his full court sigs suck. His half court sigs are decent, but again, I'd like him to see quick dribble style. The jumper is a little bit easy to contest, and in all honesty, I kind of have to nitpick at this point because most of the cards from this point on are very good. So for me, Kobe's coming in at number 14. At number 13, we're going with Luka Dante. He is 6'7", can play PG, so he's got good size. This is the best card in the game, no doubt, on next gen, but on current gen, he's just not quite there. Hot spots are everywhere, 65 Hoffs. Doesn't have Hoff brick wall, chase down, or rim protector on him, though. That would be nice if he had at least 2 of those 3. Luka release on very quick. Even on current, it is still a cheesy release. It's very hard to contest. It's just not quite as dominant and unstoppable as it is on next gen, and his sigs are not great. His half court sigs are not great. Full court, having the Pippen behind the back as well as having the quick dribble style is nice, but his half court sigs are not great, and that is definitely something to keep in mind as well. With his release not being dominant the way that it is on next gen, he's a very good card. Don't get me wrong, especially at this point in the video. These cards are all elite, but Luka's not quite good enough to be any higher on the list. At number, I'm pretty sure this is number 12. Yeah, number 12, we got Shaquille O'Neal, and Shaq's really an amazing card all the way around. Really, I mean, he doesn't have gold, he doesn't have Hoff Limitless, he doesn't have Hoff Chef. Doesn't have like half an ankle breaker and stuff, but he is incredible overall. The problem with the card is the release. That is easily what kills him pretty definitively. I mean, everything else about the card is really, really good. He is an elite level card, but it's just the release kills him. It's slow. It's not an elite release. It's probably at least arguably the worst release on this list, and that is a killer of a thing to a card who otherwise is amazing at the power forward position. Elite size, elite defense, elite slashing, elite everything. Absolutely incredible card, but the release definitely holds him back and prevents him from being as good as he easily could be. At number 11, we got Penny Hardaway, and Penny's another card I'm a big fan of. I love Penny. I loved his diamond card. I talked about it a ton earlier this year on the channel. If y'all were subs back then, hotspots from everywhere, 65 hops. Really good hops besides missing handles for days, brick wall, and rim protector. The missing of the handles for days at point guard is pretty annoying. That being said, I do think he makes up for it enough because he plays really good defense. I used this card on my account for a couple weeks. He was really, really good defensively. Quick dribble style with the Penny size up, Pippen behind the back. His movement is better than Luka's in the half court. Release is not as good as Luka's, I will say. I just think he plays better defense and moves better than Luka, and that is why I have him slightly higher than Luka. Very, very good card. Him and Luka are both very debatable. I really think you could honestly switch them around. It's very close at this point, but for me, I'm leaning Penny Hardaway on current gen. At number, I believe it's number 10. I think it's number 10. We got LeBron James, and yeah, LeBron is absolutely a dog, but he has a couple flaws. Obviously, stats are amazing. In terms of the shooting badges that he doesn't have on Hoff, as well as the playmaking badges, it's not really key ones. LeBron release on very quick is fast and easy to green, and it's elite on next gen, but on current gen, unfortunately, with the way that this release is, it's just easy. I don't know. You can't shoot the corner threes, and the inability to shoot the corner threes is a pretty significant flaw. Quick dribble style, LeBron size up isn't good. LeBron escape also not that good. Behind the back is good, but the lack of elite movement and the fact that he can't shoot consistent corner threes, he'll shoot probably, I would say, 40% corner threes on 60% corner twos, which is also a pretty annoying feature. Those are just things that hold him back too much for him to be any higher on this list, but I still do think he does deserve a top 10 spot. And I'm looking forward to us getting another LeBron, because if we get a LeBron with his jump shot base changed and maybe a couple SIGs changes, he'll be one of the best small forwards in my team. At number 9, we got Scottie Pippen, 6'8", hot spots from everywhere, 65 hoffs. Only hoff he doesn't have that would be a good one is Chef. Stats are obviously incredible. Release is super smooth, super easy to green. It's not crazy fast, but it's definitely not slow either. It is really consistently green. Quick dribble style with the Kobe size and Pippen behind the back gives him solid all-around SIGs, which is great to see. He's got elite size at the 2. Overall, he's an absolutely elite card. Definitely deserves his top 10 spot. That's all I got to say about Scottie Pippen. At number 8, we're going with KG. In all honesty, I think I may have actually put KG a bit higher. I think you could easily put him down a couple of spots behind guys like Scottie Pippen and maybe LeBron, but he is 6'11" with a 7'2" wingspan at power forward, so he's got good size. Hot spots from everywhere, 65 hoffs, complete on the Hall of Fame badges, which is absolutely amazing. Every finishing and every defensive badge. The shooting and playmaking badges he doesn't have aren't crucial ones. Stats are obviously incredible. Jumper is smooth and easy to green. It's just not fast. I would say it's on the level of Dirk's jumper, just probably a little bit better, a little bit quicker, I'd say. Quick dribble style with the Penny size and Pippen behind the back as well gives him really good movement for a power forward, which is nice to have, as well as the hardened escape. So he's got pretty glitchy playmaking ability, which does help him out compared to guys like Shaq and Dirk. And I think he's a really good card despite the release not being elite, and that's why I have him all the way up at number 8. At number 7, and I think I might get a little backlash for this one, but I'm going with Invincible Dwayne Wade. I am so high on this Wade card. With a 6'10" wingspan, it helps to make up for the fact that he's only 6'4" tall. Badge-wise is basically complete besides Hoff rim protector. And one of the things that I really do like about this card a ton is that wingspan as well as the high interior defense. I feel like he plays much better interior defense and blocks more shots than any other small guard in the game by a pretty significant margin. Really doesn't feel like a mismatch on the court when he's on the defensive end. D-Wade release on very quick as well as the same as 98 on very quick. Absolutely elite upper as well. Quick dribble style with the Wade size up, Kobe escape, and Pip behind the back. Gives him super good SIGs. He is a primary ball handler and really good defender despite the fact he's only 6'4". This is an elite level PG. In my opinion, the second or third best point guard on current gen, and he's definitely a dog. Deserves his spot in this top 10. At number, I'm pretty sure this is number 6. Yeah, it's number 6. We got T-Mac, who's 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan, hot spots from everywhere, 65 hoffs, another card who's really only missing that Hoff rim protector. Stats are obviously incredible. Trey Burke base, Kobe up round very quick, is super smooth, easy to green. I will say it's not quite as fast this year, I feel like, as it's been the last couple years, but it's still crazy smooth. It's still on the fast side, and it still is easy to grade. Super easy to grade. Still an elite level release, I'd say. Quick dribble style, T-Mac size up, Kobe behind the back. I'm sorry, Kyrie behind the back, which isn't good, but the Kobe escape. The Kyrie behind the back hurts him. He doesn't have great full court SIGs. That's really my biggest complaint with the card. But at 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan at the 2, elite defender, elite slasher, elite athlete, elite jumper, all the way around. He's still an elite level card and does deserve a spot in the top 6. I just wish his full court SIGs were maybe a little bit better. That's really my only complaint with the card. Excuse me. At number 5, we got Joelle Embiid, who is 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan, can play power forward, which is incredible because guys like Taco and Yao, Manute Bol are the guys to play at center at this point in the year. 65 hops though. He's got elite size, speed, really bad just all the way around, except for, I guess, ankle braces, and like that's about it. I mean, he comes with every hop that you could want on a power forward. Jump shot 47 with Levine up around very quick. He's smooth, fast, and easy to green. Quick dribble style as well, despite the rest of his SIGs not being amazing. Allows him to be a super solid playmaker, and overall, he's an elite level power forward, the second best power forward in my team, and definitely an absolute dog. At number 4, we got Invincible Giannis, who, again, borderline perfect card. He's got elite size, especially at the 3. Hot spots from everywhere. Shooting badge-wise, doesn't have half chef, half limitless, but that's really about the only complaint with the card. Animations are amazing. His release is really good. I guess his SIGs aren't amazing, but having the shifty dribble style does at least give him the ability to be a decent tertiary ball handler, and overall, he's a really, really good card. His defensive versatility at the 3 with his size is absolutely incredible. Super valuable, and that's one of the biggest things that puts him up in the top 4 on this list. At number 3, we're going with Invincible Kawhi Leonard. He's 6'7" with a 7'3" wingspan, so he doesn't have incredible size, but with the long wingspan, he does have a super solid player build at the 2. Hot spots from everywhere, 65 hops, incredibly complete on the Hall of Fame badge size, has every defensive hop, which helps him out as an on-ball lock. Obviously, if y'all use Kawhi as well, he has his own defensive animations, which makes him one of the most unstoppable and best defensive cards in the game. And then to top it all off, he has his own release, or his release with the Ray Allen base, but the release 102 upper, for whatever reason, with the Ray Allen base, makes his release basically uncontestable, similar to a guy like Michael Jordan or Bob Nedelicki or Luka on Next Gen, where it's uncontestable, which is super valuable. He's got the quick dribble style, the Pippen behind the back, the Kawhi size up. Pro escape isn't amazing, but the quick drops off one safe dunk is also super valuable to have. This card is absolutely incredible. He's easily the best shooting guard in the game. Well, that's not true. He's the second best shooting guard in the game, but he definitely is an absolute dog. Borderline unstoppable, and a really incredible two-way guy with an elite jumper and elite defense. So that's why he is at number 3. At number 2, we're going with Kareem. By far the best power forward in the game. He's got the best size of any power forward in the game at 7'2" with an afro that makes him look closer to 7'3" or 7'4", 7'5" wingspan, hot spots from everywhere. Shooting badges are elite, only half chef that he doesn't have. Doesn't have all the playmaking badges, but really doesn't need them, to be honest. Has a bunch of them on Hoff as well. Stats are incredible. Release is really good for a big. I love Kareem's release. Quick dribble style with the Kobe size up gives him solid playmaking ability. What sets him apart from a guy like Embiid is the fact that just like Embiid, he does have all those key Hoffs and has a good jumper and good SIGs and all those things, but his size at 7'2" with his player build makes him just such a mismatch on both ends of the court at the power forward position. Gives him the flexibility to guard guys like Yao, Taco, and Manute as well, which is super valuable, and he is an absolutely incredible card, easily the best power forward in the game, and I do think he's the second best Invincible in my team. But at number 1, we're going with MJ. I don't think this was going to be a debate. I don't think this should be a surprise to anybody. 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, 65 Hoffs. Hot spots from everywhere. Badge-wise, comes with every single key Hall of Fame badge that you could want, except for maybe that tight handles badge. But 99 speed, everything is 99. MJ release on very quick is uncontestable release. It's absolutely elite, incredibly smooth, easy to green. You green tons of lightlies. Really almost impossible to get higher than a lightly contest on him. Quick dribble style, Kyrie size up, Trae Young escape, and the Pippen behind the back gives him arguably the best dribble SIGs in my team as well, coupling with his uncontestable release. He is absolutely incredible. I mean, like I said, the previous MJ was debatably the best card in the game. This MJ has every Hoff that you could want and perfect stats. Same exact dribble SIGs, same exact release. Absolutely incredible card. I think he's the best card in the game. And yeah, he's the best Invincible in the game as well. So hopefully y'all did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to help me push towards the 5,000 subscriber mark on the channel, especially that subscribe part. I'd really appreciate it if y'all do help me push towards that goal. But yeah, I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.